Isabella, welcome. Thank you for being at our Trimble User Conference. As I understand, you've also been in Cape Town for most of the week for the mining indaba, so you've had quite a busy one. We've decided to put together a couple of questions just to ask you on the Namibia implementation, the past, and what we're currently doing. So thank you for taking the time out.
Thank you, Kali, and thank you for having me.
Great. The Namibia implementation is quite unique. The Namibia Landfolio implementation is quite unique in the sense that we've got the Mining Directorate, the Diamond Directorate, and Petroleum Directorate all using one platform. So what do you see as some of the benefits for having a shared platform amongst those directorates?
All right, thank you so much. Even though we do have the three directorates, or departments as we call them, I'm going to only talk about the Department of Mines that I'm responsible for. The other two directorates, yes, they are using the Landfolio, but they're not at the same stage, or they are not as aggressive using it as the Department of Mines is using the Landfolio. And yes, it's actually been making our lives a bit easier, even though we are still doing the online or the manual system.
Yeah.
But it's helping the department a lot, especially with efficiency and also the whole idea of how you get the application and then now you can generate reports. You can even come up with a list of all the applications that you have. So it's making our life much easier. Thank you.
That's great. The mines department that you're part of implemented Landfolio 8 years ago, and recently embarked on a new implementation with Syntex and Trimble for a portal. Having used the system extensively for those last 8 years, what are some of the lessons learned that you can share on with regards to that will ensure successful online implementation?
Yeah, one of the things that we have learned, especially with the old system that we were using before, the migration, there was a problem with the migration, where we have lost a lot of data. But now, throughout the 8 years, we have learned a lot, and we know what is it that is needed for us to go to the next stage. So from the user department, plus the implementer, which is the Landfolio, and everybody involved, and a dedicated team to be on board and to assist the whole process, it's actually key, because not only one person can do it. From Syntex to Landfolio, Trimble, and even from the Department of Mines, it's key that everybody should be involved and we should know what we are doing so that the migration can be a smooth process. Otherwise, we won't be able to do it.
Yeah, I fully agree with that. It's quite an exciting time. With the minister and a lot of people looking forward to an online portal for Namibia. Can you just maybe share how this new portal will meet Namibia government and wider e-government requirements within the country?
We are actually very, very excited about this whole process, because throughout the 3 years that has passed with the COVID and everything, we wouldn't be able to assist clients as we could have if we had the e-government portal, because the clients now, they couldn't even come to Namibia to come and do an application because they have to do it manually, and us, we had to stay at home because of the whole pandemic. But when I listened to what the Ugandans were saying, to say it was business as usual.
Yeah.
People were able to apply online, and then the officials, they were able to process applications wherever they are. But also the whole issue of technology. We are moving forward in technology. We cannot be left behind. So for us, it's good to implement this online application or the e-government. It's not only from the side of Ministry of Mines, but also the issue of visa application, the business registration, everything now is going online. And also procurement. We're also introducing an e-government procurement system where everything now can be done online. And one of our objectives is transparency, it's loyalty. It's for us to treat each and every client fairly. So for us, if we implement the e-government, then we don't have to have that human error or human intervention or human interferences, because the client can apply online and then everything can be treated fairly. So one of our objectives is for transparency, especially with this whole thing of corruption. Yeah. So if a client can apply, identify an area, apply online, then we are going to talk about or speak about some of our objectives or even reach those objectives.
That's really great to know. Thank you for sharing, Isabella. I think we're all looking forward to a successful e-government portal implementation this year for Namibia. We're glad to have you at the user conference, and we of course look forward to collaborating over the upcoming months to make sure we implement a successful portal. Thank you.
Thank you, Kali. Thank you for having me.